Welcome back to Sunday Night in America. The threat from China is not going away. Our next guest warned us of that 2 years ago. What can or should be done about China? And do you remember the Hunter Biden laptop? Some self-identified national security experts said it might be Russian disinformation. Turns out it was just liberal Twitter employees trying to help a Democrat win the presidency. So that's our choice, Russian disinformation or electioneering by Twitter lawyers? Joining us now is the former Director of National Intelligence, the former Congressman of the great state of Texas, and the former United States Attorney, John Lee Ratcliffe. Director, let's start with China. What concerns you the most? What's the latest? What should our viewers be looking out for as it relates to China?
Well, I would say, Trey, that we should be most concerned about the Biden foreign policy approach to our nation's #1 adversary. Look, you've mentioned the op-ed that I wrote 2 years ago. If anything, I underestimated the level and timing of China's aggression. I mean, look, just 4 months ago, we had the Chinese Communist Party state-run media advocating to shoot down the plane carrying the Speaker of the House and members of Congress if they dared land on the island of Taiwan more than 100 miles from China's border. China views us as an enemy or an adversary, and the current administration keeps referring to China as a competitor. And until we start to take this seriously and project strength, the threat of China is going to continue to get greater as time goes by.
All right, Director, I want to switch gears. Do you happen to remember there was a letter signed by some so-called national security and intelligence officials warning that the Hunter Biden laptop might be Russian disinformation? Do you recall that? Do you?
Yeah. So, Trey, as you know, not just me, but the Attorney General and the FBI Director, we all put out statements back in October of 2020. Alerting the American people that the Hunter Biden laptop was not Russian disinformation. And we did that because we wanted the American people to be, aware of the issues as they came up, to an election, to be fully informed. And, unfortunately, what we are seeing through what's happened with Elon Musk and the Twitter files is that the truth about this issue was suppressed and lies were amplified, and lies in the form of election interference from the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff, who said this was Russian disinformation and coordinated with former intelligence officials to amplify that lie, through social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook.
All right. So, Director, when you said it was not Russian disinformation, all right, and the FBI backed you up when you said that. You're the head of the intelligence community, and you said, hey, look, no offense to Adam Schiff, this is not Russian disinformation. The FBI backed you up. In some articles I read, there was a Twitter employee by the name of James Baker that was involved in the decision-making to kind of suppress that content. There was also an FBI general counsel named James Baker. That could not possibly be the same one, could it?
Oh, it is, Trey. So the same James Baker that, to remind your viewers, was general counsel for Jim Comey at the FBI, who helped write an exoneration memo for Hillary Clinton before she was ever interviewed by the FBI for having hundreds of classified emails on her server. That same James Baker then met with the Clinton campaign officials to hand carry supposed evidence about Russian collusion, the Steele dossier, Alpha Bank connections with the Trump campaign into the FBI and the Department of Justice to launch an investigation that went on for years. That's the same James Baker that ultimately at Twitter said statements from the FBI, the Department of Justice, and the Director of National Intelligence that say this is not Russian disinformation apparently aren't clear enough, and we need to suppress this. So, yeah, I think these Twitter files are revealing that, James Baker is the Michael Phelps of gold medal winning performances when it comes to election interference.
John Lee Ratcliffe from the great state of Texas. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday night. We'll visit with you soon.
Hey, thanks.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.